Strongly bullish ASTS stock gained around 4% in the regular session of yesterday, the 21st of March 2025. We have this piece written on Sunday, the 16th of March. Um, and the key points on this piece here is that the company came up short of expectations on both sales and earnings for the fourth quarter, but that doesn't matter much. AST has at least 40 new satellites under construction with launch contracts secured, and management says it can reach a positive cash flow with only 25 of them. And then the big question is whether and when AST might need to sell more stock to fund its infrastructure build out. And down here, let's see now. Yeah, this is where they're pointing out. You're pointing out here already. AST has 40 block to BlueBirds in production, each more than three times the size of the five BlueBirds already up there. The company also said it's buying parts for at least 10 more satellites beyond that. And AST has contracted with launch providers SpaceX, Blue Origin, and India's ISRO to launch a total of 60 satellites in 2025 and 2026. And if they are able to launch all of those, then they will be they will have they will achieve a free cash flow. Okay. Yeah, let's see now. Okay, here this again all sounds great. Investors are probably glad to hear that after multiple rounds of dilutive secondary offerings and convertible debt issuance, AST is now in a position where it won't need to dilute anymore in 2025. If that makes you happy, you can run with that. So we have seen that yeah, the stock showed some strength earlier on this month, and reached the highs of around $33.84. Momentum is not as strong as it was before, especially you can see what's going on then when it was spiking towards those highs. But it seems to have printed a bottom, seems to have printed a bottom of late, and yeah, it seems to have printed a bottom. And if we go by what happened here, if which is not enough, not which is not enough data to conclude, then we might, if that's okay, then you might conclude that we're about to start another cycle. This is one. Okay, we're about to probably complete the cycle, so we might get another spike again. Who knows whether we're going to print above that? So if you come to the daily charts, we have upper projections of 35. No upper projections are visible here. This is not in play at the moment. So we have been able to compute some going by this value, this rejection at 28.31, and this support at 24.53. We're able to compute a projection of 31.45, and then $35. $35 will take it above this rejection at on the 6th of March. Yeah. So, but also if you come down to its weekly chart, you might even see that the potential to even print beyond 35 is there. So if you go by this rejection at this rejection at 33.31, and there is a price point here, 28.12. If you go by the difference of those two, you might get an upper projection of 37.67 for its 1.618 Fibonacci extension level, and then 45.06 for its 2.618 Fibonacci extension level. So we have here upper projections going towards 30 something dollars. But if anything, I think the most fascinating is this 4 hour chart. I think it's there seem to be if you like, the prospects of an upper another leg to complete this cycle, the prospect of an upward push to complete this cycle, because I mean, if this is anything to go by, if this is anything to go by, then you have one leg here. This is one. This is half of a cycle. This is half of a cycle, and then we're trying to print another cycle So this is, if you like, wave one, yeah, wave two and three, and then four to complete the cycle. Cycle, you can see that this is, yeah, this is one half of a cycle, and then another half is coming up to complete the cycle. If that's okay, but we haven't really seen that pattern elsewhere, but does not mean that we must have to see it. But it just looks like what is building out. What are the projections? Are they supporting anything like that on this 4 hour chart? Really not so. Really not so. Well, in any case, strength is, as a matter of fact, strength is expected to remain in place up till Tuesday, the 25th of March. Maybe by the time you're watching this, it may not be that relevant. But I have to also point out that on this 4 hour chart, there's downward projection all the way down to 20.40. And we have been able to summarize some of those. And it's just pointing out pretty much what I just mentioned there. Downside targets, no pivots are identified. Stock suggesting the stock hasn't reached significant technical turning points. So it hasn't reached. There's a suggestion that it hasn't reached significant turning points. Okay, so at least if that is true, at least then you probably say it hasn't. If it hasn't reached that, maybe you could say that maybe it's not really going to come down. It's not if it hasn't reached any significant turning points, meaning that since it's going up, it might continue to go up. The probability of it printing higher prices is absolutely good. They are appealing simply because of the fact that it has printed those prices. So anything, especially on this 4 hour chart, anything below for $35, anything below 33.89 sounds good, especially in a very short time. You can see you have a lot of yeah. I mean, it has just because it has actually done them before, But if you find out that the moving averages are actually more than you can see here now. I'm looking at here right now, 26.69. I have this is the price. I'm looking at a 10 period moving average of 27.51. So the moving average is actually more than the price target. This more than the price projection. This is not a projection, but it's just the price level. So at this price level, the moving average in the past of the stock was 27.51. It's actually it's higher than the price. This are most certainly an indication that the probability of it printing 26.69 is very high, more than 50%. More than 50%. So anytime you have a previous probability that is higher than the price you are looking at. The price I'm looking at, as you can see on the screen, is 26.69. And if you look at where I have the SMAs on the left of the screen, SMAs 27, you can see the SMA 10, 21, 40, 200, close, and all the, yeah. You can see the first one is 27.51. So I'm just considering the 10 period moving average. So in the past, as of Tuesday, the 18th of March, that moving average was at 27.51. So it just tells you that the probability of it printing 26.69 is most certainly be higher than 50% if you do the calculation. Okay, so and then you move to Friday the 14th, and we also have a moving average that is equally higher than the price of 26.64. We have 27.36, and then move sideways again. You have moving average again that is higher than 26.64. We have 28.37. Let's see whether we can. Let's see, 26.64. Yes, here again. Okay. Yes, the moving average is slightly higher, 26.66. Yeah, so here again, 27.17. Most certainly, this is just stacking up. This is further validation of of what I'm saying. Yeah, here again it's 27.17. Here again it's 27.35. Here it is 27.83. Here it is 29.27. So we are now looking at February 25th data. So yeah, so if we could decide to go all the way towards January, I believe. Yeah, February. This is February. So moving average 26.28. Here it is less. Here's less, and here it is 25.73 less. Here it is here it is here it is 23.93. So in early February, the moving averages are far less, far slightly less. You know, so if you add all of these moving averages, these, especially these three here in early February, will help to moderate the very high, the much higher moving averages in from late February. So, but they will not, the average of them will not bring their value down below 26.64. So the probability of it printing at least 26.64, most certainly higher than 20, most certainly higher than 50%. So see what you make of AST as stock, and I'll continue to update you. Thank you very much for watching this video.